Okay, there's very set steps for solving a quadratic inequality. Okay, so your quadratic inequality is something like this. Solve x squared minus 2x minus 8 is less than or equal to 0. Your steps are, you solve it equal to 0. So you either do the minus b or you factorize and then you solve it equal to 0. That'll find you your roots. Then you draw the graph of it. If the number with the x squared is bigger than 0, you know it's a U-shaped graph. And if the number with the x squared is less than 0, you know it's an N-shaped graph. What shaped graph is this? U. Because the number with the x squared is positive. That's what that means. If that's positive, it's U-shaped. If it's negative, it's N-shaped. Okay? So we know after we found our roots, then we're going to draw it and it's going to be U-shaped. And then we're going to look at the question. This question is less than or equal to 0. We're looking at where our graph is less than or equal to 0. That means where it's under the x-axis. Okay? If it was greater than or equal to 0, we'd be looking for where it's above the x-axis. So let's follow those steps now. Let's solve it equal to 0. What are the factors of 8?
2 and 4.
4 and 2. And which one's going to be a plus and which is a minus?
Well, 3 minus 4.
X minus 4. Lovely. X plus 2 equals 0. And we're solving. So x is 4. X is minus 2. Any issues there? Okay. We're going to draw our graph. We're going to have a look at our function or our quadratic up here. What shape did we say it is? U-shaped, and it cuts the x-axis at minus 2 and 4. It's just a sketch. It doesn't have to be any way accurate except for the roots and the shape. So it cuts it at minus 2 and 4. Is that okay?
You don't have to write all the numbers.
No, you don't. No, this is the tiniest little sketch. Yeah, you just do it really rough. Everyone all right with that? Now, the next part. My question is, where is the graph less than or equal to 0? Less than or equal to 0 means under the x-axis. So, this here is above, 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 above. Below, 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 below. So it's all in. Here is what I'm interested in. In between what numbers? In between minus 2 and 4. So you're putting your x in between minus 2 and 4. Now, I always start on this side. That shaded part, in relation to the in relation to the 4, is x less than 4 or is it greater than 4 in here? Less than. All you do then is you go back to the question. It has an or equal to. So you put an or equal to in, you copy that sign over here. If you're reading from the middle, x is less than or equal to 4, yeah, that makes sense. Read it from the middle, x is bigger than or equal to minus 2. Bigger than or equal to minus 2. Okay? That's it. Will I do another one?
If in the question it doesn't have the or equal to,
You just wouldn't put it in down there. That's all.
Why wouldn't you if you would draw the if it's like if it's what goes to the x-axis? Why wouldn't you do that when you draw the U shape?
You do everything the exact same.
Yeah.
You just don't put the or equal to here. So if this is just less than, everything is done the exact same, but this becomes less than and this becomes a greater than here. But it just gets rid of that little symbol underneath. That's all. So what we've done now in Algebra 2 is needed here. Okay? So have a look at this. Find the range of values of k for which the equation has real roots. What does real roots mean? Real roots. Go back to your discriminant. Go back. B squared minus 4ac. Real? Real or equal. Okay, real means real roots, which is greater than, or equal roots, which is equal to. So real or equal, greater than or equal to 0. In your test, lots of you didn't even write that part down, and you didn't get marks for it. So easy, 3 or 4 marks just for saying that. You know what real roots means. It means this. Okay? So, let's write down what my A is. A is 1, B is k minus 4, and C is k minus 1. Okay? So, B squared minus 4AC is greater than or equal to 0. Any issues there? Good. Squaring out brackets, you either write it out twice, please don't make the mistakes here. Square the first, product of the two multiplied by 2, square the last.
Is that the same as first number, second number?
It is, absolutely. Here we have minus 4 by 1, which is minus 4 by that bracket. So minus 4 by k and minus 4 by minus 1. Okay, so now I'm trying to solve k squared minus 12k plus 20 greater than or equal to 0. Start your steps. What's my first step? Solve it equal to 0. Exactly. So, factors of 20. 10 and 2. Factors of a plus. Plus and a plus or minus and a minus. In this case, it's going to be minus and a minus, isn't it? Split your page. K is 10. K is 2. That's it solved equal to 0. Now you need to draw your graph. So I'm going from 2 to 10. And I'm looking here. K squared minus 12k plus 20. Is that U-shaped or N-shaped? U. So there's my 2. There's my 10. Everyone okay with that? Now, the next thing I have to look at is my quadratic is greater than or equal to 0. We know greater than or equal to 0 means above the x-axis. What is it here? Above, 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 then below, 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 then above, above, above. So I'm actually interested in all of this and all of this. Indicated on the graph, because you're telling them, you know it's above. You draw your little picture. Now, let's think about this. Are these two things connected? They're separate, aren't they? So you get two separate answers. In the last question, in here, it was between these two. They were connected. So it was an interval. These are separate. So, all this shading is what in relation to 2? Less than 2. X is less than 2. Now there's an or equal to there, so put an or equal to there. And here, all this shading is what in relation to 10? X is greater than 10. And there's an or equal to there, put an or equal to there.